There's pros and cons of giving an athlete that type of power. I'm not sure how I feel about the whole thing, to be honest. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. What a fantastic weekend of strength we're after seeing. My God. Do you know what? Initially, when I was coming in to watch the World Deadlift Championships, I was thinking to myself, God, can Thor really peak twice in 4 weeks? And I think if his max deadlift was like 510 or 515 or even 520, I genuinely don't think he would have pulled the 510. So I was thinking if his max is around that, there's no way he'd be recovered enough from the 505 to walk in here and pull 510. I was just thinking about it, logistically, and not jumping on, I think he's going to pull it, for the sake of jumping on it. And even that wasn't only my thinking. Mitchell Hooper thought the exact same thing when we were speaking about it. So the fact that he went in there Saturday evening and just speed pulled 510 kilograms just goes to show how strong his deadlift is currently, because I don't think he is properly peaked for this competition. I think if he peaked properly, got a 12 or 16 week run into this, I think he said it after pulling 510. He said that he could pull 550, and I genuinely think if the World Deadlift Championships happen next year, he will pull 550. He possibly, like I say, if he didn't have to do the Eisenhart competition with the broken setup, the shitty platform, the carpet on the platform, all these silly things that shouldn't be happening. Sumo deadlifters pulling on a deadlift competition. What? Why are we inviting sumo deadlifters? Get out of here, you fucking shower of cunts with your wide leg floor press. Oh, I'm going to spread my vagina over the bar and I'm going to hurl it up into my fucking vagina. What a load of horseshit. Anyway, I'm getting off point. I think if he had a straight run into this deadlift championships, 510 would have been like his second lift. It just moves so easily. I can't believe it. I was watching it going, how in the fuck is 510 moving like that? And I mean, the only thing we can compare to is his 505, which was slower than his 510 under the shitty arse circumstances. His 501 did not move like that. Eddie's 500 didn't move like that. The 510 literally just looked like a warm-up to his max attempt. And it just goes to show where his max is. Because as I said, if it was like 515 or 520, I don't think he would have recovered enough time and would have peaked properly for the World Deadlift Championship. So I think his current max deadlift is in around 530 or 535 kilos. Can you imagine that? Like, if you think about it, right, a 430 kilo deadlift is a massive deadlift. And this big ginger cunt is walking around a 530 kilo deadlifter. It's just mad. And the thing about it is, there's no one close. There's no one within about 30% of that man's power. It's just, it's kind of the sad thing about it, that there's no one chasing him. There's no one even close. In that competition, there is no one near to that man. I think the best pull was Bish with 470. I think someone else, Austin Andrade pulled 470. I think Evan, let's talk about Evan for a second, okay? Let's talk about poor old Evan. Evan came out, I suppose, I was speaking about this with a few people, Evan came out with his thinking, he is the strongest man on earth, and thinking he had a lot to prove. Evan seems to compete far better as a kind of an underdog, but he had all this pressure on him to do really well. And even his 400 kilos, he fell back with it. He just rushes it. I wish someone would slap him and tell that cunt to calm down. I think if he calms down and gets control of himself, gathers more control of himself, he will win everything from here until he retires. He just has so much power. I remember I stayed with Luke last week for a couple of days, Luke Richardson. And the first thing we did was go over and collect the big fucking dinosaur cunt, and I couldn't get over the size of him. Joe, when you see him in normal clothes, and obviously I was dieted down to like 107 kilos at the time. He's like, hello, skinny. I was like, fuck you, you fat mess. He didn't look fat. He was just ginormous. He's the heaviest he's ever been. He was telling us he's 170 kilograms. That in pounds is, I don't know, a lot. A lot of pounds. It's like, off the top of my head, it's like 380 pounds, I think. But that being said, Maggie made a massive fuck up. And I'm not going to hide behind it. Maggie fucked up massively because it was locked out. And I'm going to try and find a video. And then Maggie went like this. And then he went this and this and this. And it was like he was fucking dancing to the cha-cha-cha. I mean, make up your mind, you cunt.
Oh, absolutely spot on. We can see on the overhead there.
Oh, lads, these mistakes should not be happening at the World Deadlift Championships. I mean, it should be clear. And I said this to Maggie, use your fucking arm, you cunt. If someone has it locked out, use your arm as a down. If you want someone to lift it, use your arm. Like, the other thing about Evan is, he's a blind cunt. He's a four eyes. He wears glasses, right? And when Maggie is going like this, like, up, down, he's blind. He can't fucking see the hand movements. Use your hand. Up, down. Big fucking hand movements. It's not that fucking hard. But anyway, he didn't. And then Evan dropped it and tried it again and tried a third time. And then went backstage and booted a bin a quarter of a mile down the road. And ended up hurting his hamstring. I don't know if he hurt it on the 420 or if he did it when he kicked a bin a quarter of a mile down the road. But either way, he hurted his hamstring because of that fuck up, basically. And it was not Evan's fault. It was Evan's fault to kick the bin. But that's about the size of it. That just needs to be cleared up between the refs and the Giants Live. Make it fucking clear with your little hand movements. Come on to fuck. What else have we to talk about? I started off the day, actually, with, like, Saturday was such a big day for me. Big day out. Big fucking gay day out. Because myself, Mitchell Hooper, Luke Richardson, and Laura, his fiance, who's also a powerlifter. She's like a 50 kilo powerlifting cunt. And we all went to train, and we met with a fella called, a couple of you will know him, you might know him, Josh Baker. Josh Baker is a bencher. He's very popular on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, and he's known for a 320 kilo bench. I think that's his max. It could be more. Well, I think it is more. So we went in with him and we had a training session. And he just said, yeah, I might go heavy today. I'll see how we get on. And the cunt benched 320 kilos in front of my two eyeballs. It's funny because he benched 300 kilos and made a bollocks of it. On the way up, the bar kind of spun a bit and he just kind of racked it early. And his way of fixing that was to add another 20 kg, bring the bar up to 320 kilos. As he was getting ready, I was like, wait a second, lads, the bar is bent. As I was looking at it, had like a little bend. So like it was long, and then had a sharp bend near the left-hand side of the bar. And I said to Baker, I was like, that's really dangerous to bench with. And he was like, don't care. I'm just going to bench 320. I do not care. And he laid under that bench, and he benched 320 kilos, the very same as I would bench 80 or 100, just went boop, back up. It's crazy, the strength feats that I saw on Saturday. I don't think I'll ever repeat a strength day like Saturday. I watched a man bench 320 kilos, and later on that day, I saw a big ginger cunt speed pulling 510 kilograms with a possibility of pulling a lot more. My God, it's crazy. Obviously, there was a lot of chat about why Colin wasn't there, and unfortunately, Colin wasn't there because of, let's not hide behind the fact that Colin and Thor don't see eye to eye, unfortunately. And a part of Thor coming back was Colin couldn't be there, and Colin was there, and then Thor wasn't happy. And you know what? You have to keep the man happy because, like, he was invited to break the world deadlift record, to pull 510, and if it was, I would think about it, right? Because I don't know what way to think about this. Like, one thing is, should an athlete have that power where he decides who isn't and who is inside in the arena? The other thing is, if I was pulling 510 kilograms, if I was pulling for a world record, and I fucking hated someone within the organization or someone in the crowd, do you know, a genuine fucking hate for the person. There's lots of history, bad history between them, that they're not getting over. So the only way to deal with this is just to fucking avoid each other. And it's the most adult thing to do, is just stay out of each other's way. And if it was me, I'd do the same thing. You know, as childish as it sounds, I'd be like, no, I want that fucking cunt out of here. If you want me to pull a world deadlift record, I want that cunt out of here. I don't fucking like him. I don't want to be looking at him. I have a lot of pressure on me today. I have to pull a world deadlift record. I have to deadlift 510. I don't need small annoying shit fucking annoying me. And so the easiest thing to do was for him to leave. And I think it was the best decision when they just don't see eye to eye. Because a lot of people have commented on my YouTube, what was the crack there? That is the answer to it. There's no right or wrong answer. I think the best outcome happened, which was just them avoiding each other. They don't fucking like each other. Let's not pretend that they do like each other. It's the same reason Eddie Hall wasn't there. And I think, you know, if they did get on, if there was no drama between them, Eddie Hall should be there, as, you know, he's a previous world deadlift record holder of Giants Live. He has had the Giants Live deadlift record, call it. I know it's not the actual deadlift record, because that's been broken a couple of weeks ago at 505, but previous to that he had the record, right guys? And I think it would be nice to have Eddie Hall there, but obviously the best decision there was not to fucking have Eddie Hall in the building, because they don't get on, they don't see eye to eye. If something happened, it'd be fucking Eddie Hall's fault. And the same thing with Colin. If something happened there and Thor didn't pull it and something happened between it, it'd be fucking Colin's fault. So the best thing to do to avoid all the drama is just not be in the building. So I think it was the best outcome of a situation. It was handled well. There was a lot of pressure on our poor little 4-foot Darren, but it was a great night. And at post the deadlift, I thought it would be a bit of a downer, and it wasn't. It was amazing fucking competition. My standouts really for me were Bryce Johnson. I mean, like, we all know him as a big, strong cunt, right? But my God, when you see, like, he's such a big human. Like, he smashed 440 kilos. My God, he did so well in that competition. A few people before were saying that he was the second Brian Shaw coming. And I actually believe it now, because he's all the ability. He's got grip, he's got the deadlift, he's got the overhead, he's got that fucking mass. I think he walks around 180 or 90 kilograms. He's just a mass monster. He's 6'7" or 8", I think. But it's funny, you know, as big as that cunt is, him standing next to Thor just makes him look so normal. Thor is absolutely enormous. And I suppose you're thinking, what happened between me and Thor? Because I like Thor. I just don't think Thor likes me, because he took it personal, what I said about the Bukkake bar. I said the Bukkake bar shouldn't be used in any deadlift competition because it's a lot of shit. And he took that personally, the big fucking silly ginger cunt. So I just, again, like that, I just stayed away from it. I didn't want any drama or to put him off, or, you know. I'd like to go up to him afterwards, maybe shaking his hand, or said, hello, sir. I am the fella that calls you the ginger cunt online. And, you know, maybe just wish him fair play, and possibly see you next year, you big cunt, and seeing you pull 550. That being said, you know, all that, going back to the rest of the show, Paddy Haynes proving that he is a fucking beast again. A lot of people had him wrote off because there was two overheads, technically not two overheads, but, you know, the forward hold, because he's got those big lanky girly arms, and he did really well in the forward hold. Again, with the Viking press, some people said Paddy would struggle at Viking. He kept up with, he got the same amount of reps as Thor and Luke Stoltman. Paddy is tuning up to be fucking really good. That's a man that could end up in the podium at Rogue. I think that's the next big one, or is it Glasgow? I'm not sure which, but that's a man that's going to end up, if he is going to Glasgow, I'm not sure what the lineup is. Paddy's going to end up on a lot of podiums to come. Just needs to nail the overhead, and he's going to be like one of the top guys on the planet. Who else had we doing really well? We had, I suppose it was pity Evan didn't really get to finger out, because Thor won the whole competition by 8 points. And that would not be the case had Evan not kicked a bin a quarter mile down the road. I think Evan would have won still, even with, as good as Thor's performance was. I think Evan would have beat him. And just goes to show, we're back to a 2018 Thor. Obviously, his overhead isn't there yet. He seems to be happy in the sport of strongman, so I imagine it's something that he's going to work really hard on. Maybe the pec is still annoying him a little bit. But it's good to see him back in full strength. I'm really excited for next year, because we've Thor back in nearly full power. Hanging around with Hooper actually it was interesting because he's obviously doing the Rogue in a couple of weeks, and hanging around with him and hanging around him at Worlds are like two different people. He seems to be back to him old self, his confident self. One of his superpowers is his ability to stay calm around the competition and stay confident, and I think he has those superpowers back. So like a lot of people saying it was too early for him to come back to Rogue, I think the man could walk into Rogue and smash it and win it. It's going to be a really good competition between him and Evan. I think Paddy, it's a great event that will suit Paddy. I think Thor is doing it, so we're going to have a 4-man race to that number 1 spot. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think of the whole situation. Did you enjoy it? Were you there? Did you see my massive shoulders and arms? God, I'm fucking unreal. Looking real at the minute. Anyway, it's been great. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you pick up a t-shirt. My app is also finished and ready to go. It's GetStrongerLiveLongerApp.com if you want to be coached by me. And I hope you guys have a great week. Good day to you. Mwah.